There's that out in the sun. I don't know how good that'll show up, but it turned out really nice. Really nice. So yeah, should be real happy with that. He says it's got just a little bit of texture. So anyway, there you go with that. So I'm done with that. Moving on. I mean, I got a mess. I need to clean up that table, clean all that stuff, put up all the paint, get this floor swept out. And then if I have time, I'll try to get back on this Camaro. Maybe start messing with those for subframe connectors again. Try to remember where I left off. Also, I need to inspect this for rust because my shop flooded, so bad, and all this is in bare metal. So yeah, you can see here. It's just surface, but still, I mean, it's trying. Of course, this will all get blasted and powder coated probably. But I'll probably have to run back over this with some 180 and knock anything down that might be smaller. Looks like maybe a little bit in there. But yeah, it's been super humid in here, not because of this, but because it flooded, and I went on vacation that week and it sat in here for a week, just flooded. And so I figured it might be detrimental on some of my bare metal, but it's not too bad, so I'm pretty fortunate. So yeah, I gotta clean up all this mess, but all right, talk to you guys in a bit.
Alright, so that's how the subframe connectors will fit. But of course I'm going to do a little bit more modifying because I don't want it just welded at the bottom, and I think we talked about this. So I'll end up cutting a portion of this off, cutting this part of the torque, torque box out, and actually welding to my actual frame. So I will have to figure that out, figure out what I've got to cut off of it and all that. But yeah, I got this done, and so that's how those will sit in there. And then of course this will be welded solid. I could have swore I seen the deal said for, from DSE that said to push this all the way up to get flush against this, which again, that's just 18 gauge steel, or maybe it might be a little thicker, but it's not much thicker. But that's as far back as it'll go with that torque box in there. You can see there it's pretty much touching, so it can't really go back any farther. There it goes. But that's still at least an inch or more away from that top. So this will weld in to that bottom flange, and yeah, that needs to actually go up like that. So I guess unless they figured you're going to take a little bit more out of the torque box, that can't slide all the way back, and it needs to be right with the front up here, which I'd have to flip it back over to look at it to see, because I've got a line there where that stops. Actually, no, I don't. I did the line right there. That should be like, I forgot what we decided. I can't see underneath there. Away from that. So yeah, that's what it'll kind of look like. That'll be tucked up a little bit more probably. But yeah, I think I'm going to cut the top of this piece up here off and build me one out of, I got the same steel. I'm going to build one that'll actually come in here, and I can weld it to this here. So it makes the frame and the subframe connectors all one solid piece versus having a little flimsy piece of sheet metal in between it to weld that to. Because that doesn't seem like that would, that's really kind of defeating the purpose. That needs to be one solid frame. So anyway, that's going to probably be it for now, and I'll talk to you guys later. Alright, those are in. Well, they're in, just sitting in there. I got them propped up with blocks. But the hole is perfectly aligned on both sides, which makes me happy. Back here, it's coming right up where it's supposed to be. And what else? So yeah, this gap here, that has to be dealt with. And so like I said, I'm not sure if they wanted you to cut that back and butt that up against there and weld it to that. I'm pretty sure they did. But even still, to me, that's not enough. Now what's underneath that will be enough. So yeah, they came up pretty good, pretty straight. I mean, they're just sitting in there, needing to be squared up a little bit like that, but so there you go. So like I said, I'm going to cut these off and make something that's going to actually weld to that. I may not even cut those off. I may come down over top of them. I'm not sure yet. But I've got some good steel here that's the same stuff. This stuff here's pretty good stuff. So I can actually figure out something to do with that. Actually, I got a little piece of this somewhere. What do I do with that? Here it is. It'll be. So, yeah, I'll cut that to where it pies down like it's supposed to. May weld it into there and into there. But the top of that will have to come up here and weld to that. So, might be a little tricky to get a welding, get a welder in there. I may have to do something from the bottom side of that. I can't, nope, I can't do that. So, I'll figure something out. You know I will. Alright guys, see ya. Alright, I'll probably get some thumbs down for this one, but you know, when you get a favor, you give a favor, so that's how it works with me. This guy here is the one who helped, basically did my bathroom. I helped him, and you guys remember how it turned out. It was amazing. It took a long time. I mean, he worked over a lot on it, but in repayment for that, I'm going to paint his Jeep. So he's going to keep this forever and ever, amen. And he really loves it, but he got a bad sunburn and it's starting to peel. And all the little green specks are all the little dents or dings or whatever. I think it was hit with hail. It's got some little hail dents. So I'm going to. I bought a paintless dent glue gun, and it's an expensive one. It's a nice one, to where, and that's almost non-existent right there. But some of these are pretty good ones. Yeah, that's pretty well non-existent. Primer will cover some of that, but some of these are deep enough that I'm going to have to pop them out, like that one there. You might be able to see that one. So I have to pop that out. I wouldn't have to. I could probably take that down. It might do it, but I got a little glue tab and the deal that pops that up, and then you can work it back down. And hey, I've got a light straight above me that's like one of those. Just kidding. I mean, it kind of is, but anyway. So it's not bad. It's really not bad. I got a little dent here. It's been repainted. Somebody you can tell it wasn't the best job in the world. That's modeled, what they call modeling, and that's pretty modeled through there. I don't know if that showed that or not, but I can tell from here. Pretty good dent through here, one here, a few here, and just one back here that I could find. But I got to take all the trim off of it and take all the plastic parts off and all that, so that'll be lots of fun. But we're going to paint it back the original color, which was somewhere similar to this, I guess. Like I said, they painted it, so at least they painted the door at some point, because it looks pretty piss poor. So yeah, there you have it. So not a whole lot of body work, but there'll be a lot of prep work going into this one, and then a lot of paint work. Anyway, all right guys, so I'll be working on this and this back and forth, but this will take up a lot of my attention for a while, so see ya.